Hello and welcome to the Weekend Investing Daily Byte of 12th of September. And what a surprise the market gave to sellers today. Till the last almost 2 hours before closing, there was no sign of any life in the market. Market was dull, but suddenly out of nowhere, a huge buying spurt or short selling covering spurt, whatever you may call it, a huge spurt came in the market, and almost 450 points were gained on the Nifty. Today was also the expiry day, and we all know how large algorithmic firms are taking advantage of expiry days. And I think today was the probably the most spectacular of such moves, where a lot of option sellers and those kind of strategies would have lost money. Some options buyers, of course, would have made a lot of money as well. 1 rupee option of 25 to 100 went to 200, something like that. But a lot of option selling would have got demolished today, especially call options. Anyhow, so these are the games that the market plays. And again, being in the market, staying invested in the market, you really don't have to worry about all this. And especially if your time frame is not in hours or some days, as long as it is fairly spread out, you're taking a view at the market maybe once a month, once a week. All this is taken as sort of intra noise, and you don't have to worry about it. But remarkable day, I would say. It was also building on the fact that last night Nasdaq had very good moves on Nvidia and tech stocks, and somehow Nvidia has been leading the entire global markets on this. Today also there was news about China planning 0.5% rate cut, and within 1 week the Fed rate cut meet is also there. I think all of this combined has triggered positive sentiment across global markets, and India was possibly catching up to that in the second half, accentuated by this, the expiry theme. So everything was, in the green today. Let's go see how it looked. Disclaimer, please read this very carefully. This is very important. Whatever we quote for illustration is not a recommendation or advice. Uh, Today we are going to talk about the hidden dangers of the IPO lottery game that is going around, uh, especially in the SME segment, and some recent listings on that. First, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We are uh, looking forward to your subscription. Our team gets motivated, and please go ahead and do that if you haven't. Where is the market headed? So market has given a resounding 1.89% move today. Closing was much lower than the high that was reached. High was 25433. Closing, because the end uh, 15 minutes of weighted average is taken. So 25388 was the closing price. So this entire leg down towards this average has been taken out within 4 sessions. And even yesterday was looking very, very dull. And this 25,000 was getting to be a major resistance here. 4 attempts not breaking out. But today I think market has decisively broken out of this resistance and the previous top and hit a new all-time high. 1.89% up on Nifty. Nifty Junior also doing well, 1.47%, also very close to an all-time high, doing quite well. You can see how well this took a support at the average 3 days back. But yes, the last 2 sessions were dull. As I've always mentioned, look for 2 day highs for very short term trading. So whenever you find a stock or an index making a 2 day high, it does give you a high probability trades on the higher side, and reverse vice versa on the lower side. Mid caps up 1.14%. Again, a new all-time high on mid caps. Small caps also near all-time highs, but 0.78% higher today. Muted, still in that congestion zone. But as I was mentioning since many sessions, small caps had broken out many days earlier and was simmering there, while other indices were breaking out only now. Bank Nifty, a great move on Bank Nifty today. I think this is coming after a long time. You can see that how this this trend line was broken end of August. It came back, took support on it, and has now broken this pivotal top as well. It does look like, Bank Nifty better days are here, and likely that it will go and challenge the previous high going forward. 1.49% up on Bank Nifty. You can see how quickly the market sentiment has changed. Markets will never give you time to think about it. If you have a plan, please execute it. Don't try to, time it to the last minute or the hour. Advance versus declines. Declines only 111, advances 388. So a huge skew towards advances in the markets today. FII buying continues for third day session on the previous session on 11 September, and today I think we will get a good number from the FIIs for today's session. You can see DIIs have sort of muted their purchases, and FIIs are gaining on that front. So it is good news. And a lot of folks were, including, I would say, I was not expecting a 400-point rally today, but a lot of folks have been looking for extreme downsides, which the market is denying at every level. Even yesterday, there was this huge, strong narrative that, the Bajaj IPO has sucked in 3 lakh crores from the market, so market can really fall badly. Where did this new liquidity come from? So narratives are built out of imagination, and the markets will trip you on the wrong foot most of the time. Heat map is actually, there's no heat today, there's only green. uh, you had Bharti 4.3%, ONGC Coal India 3% and 2%, Bajaj Auto, Mahindra Mahindra, Infosys, SBI 2.4%, L&T 2.4%, Levers, ITC, Hindalco 4.4%. Very good moves on many fronts, and Reliance, of course, leading at 1.9%. Nifty Next 50 not so good. VBL, of course, going through a reorg, a split or a bonus. DMart down minus 1.14%, but everything else remaining reasonably green. Vedanta, Jindal Steel, Zomato, Indigo, Havells, Motherson, Adani Power, LIC, Geo Finance, REC, Chola Finance, Naukri, TVS Motors, all doing quite well. So barring DMart, pretty much everything doing well in the Nifty Next 50. Sectoral trends, metals taking the lead. So as I was mentioning just yesterday, that risk off is not taking lead, but that has completely reversed today. In just one session, the risk off trade has taken a backseat. So FMCG, pharma, IT are in the bottom part of this table, and suddenly commodities, metals, infra, autos are taking the lead. So whether this is a one-day spurt or a multi-day move, we will have to find out. But a very, very positive 2.9% on metals, 2.4% on infra, 2.2% on commodities, and even real estate eking out a 0.9% gain. So for the week gone by, public sector stocks are still reeling in the red. Commodities and autos and energy are also in the red, but it is likely that they will also recover from this fall. Metals 2.9%. So since the elections, metals have been in a downtrend. Let's see if this trend can pick up again and start a new leg up. So versus the rest of the market, which is way beyond the election day high, metals are still much lower than the election day high, and that is where the rotation could possibly happen. And you can see all these stocks, Nalco, Hindalco, NMDC, JSPL, Vedanta, all of them doing quite well as of right now. Uh, in terms of stock split, you have stock spotlight, you have Cairns moving up. Cairns is moving up again on back of AI stocks and global trends. This has been going up for a long period of time, and today, after this consolidation, it has really moved up extremely fast, about 11% today. And this is what it has done in the last year and a half, going from 600 odd rupees to 5,000 rupees, and several of the strategies hold this stock 555% since November 2022. So these are how, you when you have structured strategies and you are following winners, not allowing them to go out of your portfolio, and allowing losers to go out of your portfolio, gradually these build up in your portfolio, and there will be one or two stocks which will become like, huge multi-baggers, because you are allowing them to run. So coming to the topic, hidden dangers of IPO lottery. Everybody knows this story now. The resourceful automobile story where a very small company with two outlets uh, was raising a SME IPO, and even there were eight employees, two rented showrooms, 19 crores kind of turnover, I think, and they were looking to raise 12 crores by diluting 36 or 38%, but the IPO queue was for 4,000, some 4,500 crores, 4,800 crores, something like that. So, a lot of people think that, this small company was able to get that kind of money on their hand, but of course, only 12 crores reached their hands. But even that was significantly high for the kind of company that this is. Now, I'm nobody to do a valuation on them, but with a profit of 40 lakhs, if you get valued at significantly higher uh, multiple, then obviously there's not much on the table for IPO investors to come and uh, make money off. But SMA IPO trends have been such that subscriptions are going into thousands now, because there are few companies coming to the market and there's a lot of liquidity wanting to pounce on them and uh, you know uh, get allotment. And this is what has happened post listing. So I think the IPO uh, came at 117, I think, if I'm not wrong. The first day it was upper circuit at 122, 123, and then it has just collapsed. From day two onwards, it's at 79 rupees. So that 4,800 crores that wanted this company should come and buy it as much as you want. It is available. Uh, so this actually shows you what a farcical, I, I don't want to call it a community because people will get offended. But this IPO business is just lottery business. I mean, very, very few actual investors are there. These are mostly gamblers. And this does not just include individuals, this includes corporates also, HNIs also, many mutual funds also, who just want to flip. And that has become the game, that you get pre-IPO allotment, you bring the company to IPO, and then you sell off. So this, of course, is not healthy, but who am I to say? If people are making money, all the best to them. But this is pure gambling, not nothing to do with real investing or anything like that. SME IPOs over the years, of course, are gaining ground, but number of IPOs have not really increased over last year. The amount of money raised is also nothing exceptional. So a lot of hoo-ha is getting made on IPOs, but only very few of them really are shining out. And this is the scarcity that gets created, that 1,000 times subscription, so only very few will get any allotment. This is causing more and more people to jump in and treat it as a lottery. So lottery, what is a lottery? Lottery is everybody's bought the ticket, and for this lottery you don't even have to buy anything. You only have to block some money in your bank. And so there is no cost to it. Imagine a lottery where you could say that I'm putting up money, but I net, if I don't get the allotment, if I don't get the ticket, if I don't get the lottery, I lose nothing. So it's a no loss but huge win situation, right? So it's like free lunch, that can I get free lunch? And usually, you will not get free lunch. So, I mean, th- it is sad to see that, people will not invest that same money in the markets for longer durations and make whatever 15, 20, 25% on return on this, but they want an overnight return on that money. So that tells you, the nature of the beast, and the kind of, expectation people have. So this is I think, the key reason why most people will never build wealth in their life, because they are looking for short term gain, they're looking for quick bucks, they're looking to time the market, and they're saying, I can't wait 5 years, 10 years, 15 years to make any money, I want it tomorrow. And they will have nothing tomorrow, really speaking. Top 10 oversubscriptions in the last many years, in fact this year only, have been thousands of times, 2000 times, KC Infra 1,000 times, so on and so forth. So this is fueling even more fire to some of the IPOs which really go out and get double, triple or 5 times, and then you can go around in the parties and say, I bought that IPO, and your allocation to that IPO was not even 0.1% of your net worth. But it's a great talking point at the markets, at the party, that I invested and I got a four bagger or a six bagger. All this bagging business is useless if you don't have meaningful allocation. So while it is great to throw around your multi-baggers at parties and with your friends, but if it is not really contributing to your overall wealth in any meaningful way, then it is just a talking point actually. Uh, so of course, all uncertainty about allotment, uncertainty about listing performance, uncertainty about opportunity cost. It's a pure sort of a uh, betting game that is happening. And as I said, even if you get a high percentage gain and you get allotment of 50,000, 20,000, no, no earth-shattering move will happen in your life, because you will not be able to replicate it. You need to find processes which you can replicate, even if it means you getting 15% a year. If you can fine tune that process which gets you 15%, your life is made, actually speaking. I mean, Warren Buffett has not gotten 50% CAGR. His CAGR is still less than maybe 20%. But he knows his compounding is long term, and that even with lower double-digit returns, he can beat everybody else. So that is the key to understanding wealth creation. But of course, we will have products which will, ignite minds who are close to those kind of ideas, and people will continue to look at stock markets like a legalized uh, gambling or casino, and that is very, very sad to that extent. But speculation is a part of the market. You can't wish it away. Speculation is like the grease on which the market moves. If you remove speculation from the market, there is no liquidity. So this is also required. And while this may not sound right, but all these folks, who are in for the very short term, they are the guinea pigs who are going to give their wealth to the ones who will come with a strategy, with a long term view. So they are here to redistribute their wealth so that you can get it. Now it's up to you which side of the coin you want to be at. That's all I have for today. Thanks so much for watching. Please like or subscribe this to this channel and share this video with your friends if you like it. Thanks. Bye.